That is someone. When we say someone is a radical trader, I'm on the line. Okay. When we say a trader is a radical trader, it simply means that trader can apply high risk in his trading, right? Okay. So that trader can apply high risk in his what in his trading. It takes huge risk. That is when we say that the trader is a radical trader. Then we also have conservative traders. With conservative traders, they are intermediates in between taking huge risk and then also sometimes they are fearful of taking huge risk as well. So we call those people conservatives, right? And we also have the steady traders, right? So a steady trader is always the type of trader who take risk but less risk, right? So even though I'm good at taking risk, I always need to ensure that I'm maximizing my risk. I'm taking a calculated risk. That is for steady traders. So when you come here, you are going to see all the three types of risk type over here, right? So you do select based on your preference. So mostly advise you go for steady, right? So click on steady, confirm. Okay. When you come here, the next thing is the set option, that is remark. The strategy that you want to set. Do you have a specific name or a specialized name for this particular strategy? Do you have a specific name for this particular strategy that you want to set? Maybe you want to set, you have a $50 that you want to use to set. So $50 strategy, let's assume. So maybe you want to name your strategy $50 strategy. It simply means that you just believe that having $50, you want to be using $50 to be
Leader Emmanuel, are you still with us? It seems like we have lost him a bit due to network. Yes, let's just remain patient. I'm sure he is trying to come back. Please pardon us for the network reception that we are having today. So let's just remain patient. He's coming back and then we'll proceed with our training. Thank you so much for understanding. All right. So while we are waiting for Leader Emmanuel to join us again, probably let me share my screen. We just go to where he was trying us to lane. I hope my screen is visible. Please indicate if you are able to see my screen. If you are able to see my screen, please indicate. Okay. So let's come here to our Royal Queue application. So we do have different features here. So Leader Emmanuel was taking us here when you come to your Royal Queue app, right at the bottom of your right corner. Right at the bottom of your right corner, you are going to see mine. It's written mine over here. All right, I'm doing this for our beginners, our new beginners. There is mine section here. This is where your profile is. So when you tap on the mine section, you are going to see that this is your profile. So you can set different settings, different capital, yeah, then you save them here. Where do you find that? You are going to find here where you are able to see where it says my strategy settings right here on this section here. All right, Royal Q has improvised that section where you can save different settings. Actually, you can set them and then you save them. Whenever you want to pick a signal or whether you want to trade, then you can choose from the settings that you have already set, looking at how much capital you want to expose to that particular trade. Leader Emmanuel, please notify me if you are back. Notify me if you are back. Yeah, I'm just taking over. You are supposed to be here. So if you are back, let me know. If you are back, let me know. All right, so that you can proceed. Let me check. Okay, so I hope we are together. I hope we are together. I was trying to check if Leader Emmanuel is back so that I can give him the microphone. So I think I'll be doing it very often so that I don't put him outside. So let's go back to our Royal Queue application. Now, when you tap here on my strategy setting, okay? When you tap here on your strategy setting, let me delete this so that it is back to how it looks like, right? So when you tap here on my strategy setting, currently I don't have any setting. So it is going to look like this. When you don't have any setting, it's gonna look like this, right? So this is the page where you are going to add, where you are going to create your own settings, and then you keep them here, right? So we do have here, it says add it now. As you can see here, you have not added a strategy setting. So add it now. Can you see there? If you do have a setting, you are going to use this icon over here on top. There is a plus button here. If you were having already one or two settings, then you could use the option of this button so that you can create other settings. I'm sure you can add up to 10 settings on this page. Royal Q has improvised that. So here it says you do not have any strategy setting, so add it now. So we're gonna tap on add it now, okay? on add it now. So when you come on this page, you are able to see that Royal Q has provided some trade settings. Okay, when you tap here on the risk type, these are recommendations from Royal Q, but we want to set our own settings according to our risk type as well. How much are we ready to risk? How much do we want to use as capital? So whether you are trading in the spot, whether you are trading in futures, you can also do these settings so that whenever you are picking a trade, you do not waste more time. You can just change probably on your first buy-in amount and maybe the profit that you are willing to take for that particular trade you are entering, right? So there is risk type here, right? So when you go far to the right of risk type, there are different risk types that Royal Q is giving us, okay? If you are to use what Royal Q is giving us here. But if you are coming up with your own, in most cases, we do not go for the risk type there. We just start doing our settings from remark here. That's where we normally start doing our settings from remark. But let me just explain the risk type here where we are. So when you tap on this arrow, you are going to see that under risk type, we do have the radical, okay? The radical, the conservative, as well as the steady. We do have three of them under risk type. We do have the radical, the conservative, as well as the steady. Okay, so these are the three risk type that Royal Q is recommending it to us. Okay, so what is the radical one? Let's tap on the radical and look at it. Let's tap on the radical and look at it. Okay, so this is the radical setting of Royal Q. When you tap here, okay, let me come back and check. Leader Emmanuel probably is back. Leader Doris, we
Coach,
lost
yeah,
Leader Emmanuel. He's here.
unfortunately, he's not here. He's not able to join. He said the network is not allowing him. He just
Okay.
messaged me. Yeah, so sorry. I think he will keep trying. Once he come, I'll let you. Thank you.
Okay, all right, thank you. Okay, so let's proceed. We were here on our Royal Q application where we are trying to do trade settings, right? So you want to look at what Royal Q is recommending here when it comes to risk type. So there are three of them under the risk type, and we have discovered that there is radical, there is conservative, and there is steady, right? So you can only differentiate between radical, okay, radical, conservative, and steady just by looking at their margin configuration settings. What is margin configuration settings? This is how you want your robot to do the buying of the margin calls here. We do have margin call limit, okay? So you can only see the difference between radical, conservative, and steady by looking at what Royal Q is giving us under margin configuration, okay? So when you come here on radical under margin configuration, you are going to see the radical type of margin configuration that Royal Q is giving us, okay? I just want you to notice something. Just have a look of our margin call drops here, mostly because here you can edit according to your capital. Here you can edit according to your capital. But I want you to look at the margin call drop, okay? The margin call drop. What is a margin call drop? You are looking at the settings of drop percentage. Okay, how often do you want your robot to buy? Looking at the number of margin calls you have given. In this case, we do have 7 margin calls here, meaning my robot is going to buy 7 times. So in between, when it is buying these margin calls, how often should it take if the price is dropping so that the robot can buy? You can see that this is the first margin call. Okay, this is the first margin call. So after it has bought with my first buy-in amount, how long should it take for the robot to buy my first margin call from the point of entry where it has bought with first buy-in amount? So according to this, it simply means when my robot buys with first buy-in amount, it will wait for the price to drop with 3.5%. It's when it is going to buy. If the price does not drop up to this percentage, my robot is not going to buy. Okay? So after it has bought here at 3.5%, it will also wait. If the price continues to go down, it means after purchasing here at 3.5% drop, from this level, it should go down with 4%. Then my robot is going to buy second margin call. So this is what we call margin call drop. The distance between the buying of your margin calls. All right. So that's why sometimes when signal givers are giving signals, they are going to tell you that drop. They normally write drop or probably margin call drop percentage. They will write drop 40%. Okay? They will write drop 40%. Some they will write drop 10%. It simply means from this first margin call, okay? From this first margin call to your last margin call, the total drop should be 40%. That's what it means when you have seen something like that in the signals. So it simply means from this level to this level, the total drop, it should be 40. When you add these numbers, it should be 40. I'm just giving this as an example so that you understand when we say margin call drop, what do we mean? So this is the radical section of Royal Q. So this is how it is set when it comes to radical. So you can see that there is 3.5%, 4%, 4%, 4%. So when you add, you can calculate that when it comes to the radical section, how is it going to be, right? So I just want you to have a look so that you are able to differentiate between radical and conservative. I want you to see the distance of the margin call drop. How far are they from each other? Okay, this is radical. Now, if we are to save this, and confirm, and then we change from radical to conservative, okay? We change from radical to conservative. I want you to see the difference on the margin configuration setting between radical and conservative, all right? Can you see now when it comes to the drops under conservative? Can you see how it is? Conservative, it simply means someone who is afraid, okay, who is afraid of floating loss. They don't want their robot to buy very often, okay? That's what it means. They don't want their robot to buy very often, right? So you can see from the first call, which is 4%, In radical, it was 3.5, but here first call, it is 4%. From 4%, it goes to 5. From 5, it goes to 5.5. Then it goes to 6, and then it jumps to 10. Right? So you can see that this is very conservative. You don't want your capital to be put in the market at a fast speed. Okay? Because for the robot to buy these 7 margin calls, can you calculate how much drop is this? Can you calculate how much drop is this? For the robot to finish buying these margin calls, okay, in the course of the price dropping, it means the price is dropping for the robot to buy. So can you see, can you add together these margin call drop and see how much is the total for the conservative part? I just want you to participate so that you are following. How much the total percentage here for the conservative? How much is it? How much is it? I'm coming to the Zoom. Let me see how many people are participating. Or you still need more time to look at the numbers? Should I display the screen again so that you are able to add? Or there is someone who has already done it? Someone has already done it. Yes. Okay. So we do have 63.5%. 63.5%. What does this mean? Okay. What does this mean? It simply means for my robot to buy my 7 margin calls that are here. Can you see? I do have first call up to 7th call. For the robot to buy, it means the market should drop. Okay, the market should drop by 63.5%. That's what it means, which is a huge drop. Okay, that's why this one is conservative. Probably, maybe your robot can buy maybe up to 3rd margin call. It depends on the volatility of the coin that you are trading, because some coins, they move like snails. Yes, their price moves like snails. It doesn't move fast. So for the robot to reach a point of dropping up to negative 63, it may take time. How much I've discovered that? How much I've discovered that sometimes other coins, they really take time for them to drop so that the robot can buy. Are we following? Give me a yes if you are following. Give me a yes if you are following. Give me a yes if you are following. All right. Okay. So thank you so much for the response. I have just been captured here. It was not my training. Yes, it was not my training. I've just been captured here. All right. So you have to bear with me. Okay. So let's go back. I just want to go to the other risk type. So this is conservative. Let us go to steady. So we are able to differentiate between the radical, the steady, the conservative, and let's look at the steady part. If you are someone who wants to be steady in terms of your trade settings, okay? If you are someone who wants to be steady in terms of your trade settings, how is it going to be? Like I said, that when it comes to the risk type, the only difference is about the margin configuration setting. Remember, here you can work with your first buy-in amount. It depends on your capital now, okay? When it comes to first buy-in amount, margin call limit, it also depends on your capital, how much you want to expose and how much margin calls are you opening. All right. Take profit as well. It is the one that you always edit now and then, looking at if you are picking signals, there is a take profit that is indicated in the signal. So this one is editable, you can edit. All right, whole position take profit callback. All right, you can also edit this. So I'm saying the only difference is how you set your margin call drops. How do you want your robot to buy the margin calls? These are the margin calls which are called margin call limit. Number of times you want your robot to go to the market to buy that particular coin. In the process, okay, in case the price is going down against you from your point of entry, okay, remember when you are trading, there is what we call point of entry. In the robot, it shows like average price. You will see that the robot will create an average price where it has entered that particular trade. So from point of entry, we are expecting the market either to go up or to go down. So in the process of going down, you want to back up yourself, right? You want to back up yourself. At the same time, you want to buy more asset. You want to buy more of that coin at a cheaper price because now it is going down. When the price goes down, the asset becomes cheaper and cheaper. But you want to buy it objectively. Okay, you don't just want to buy, but you want to buy it objectively. You want to buy it at certain levels of price dropping. You don't just want to buy, but you are saying, I want to buy when the price comes here. I want to buy when the price comes here. I want to buy when the price drops to this level. So you are buying it objectively with your settings, right? So when the price goes down, it's when your robot will start buying margin calls. If this price from point of entry, after you have entered here, the price goes up, your robot is not going to buy these margin calls because it only buys when the price is going down. I have seen people saying my robot is not buying my margin calls. What is going on? Okay, so there should be these conditions. It's either the price is going up from point of entry, okay? That is the first condition. From point of entry, the price is not going down, it is going up. When it is going up, your robot will be looking for a position to sell, looking at how much take profit you have instructed your robot to buy, to sell at. So your take profit will determine at what price the robot is going to execute a sell, right? Now, the other condition is that when the price is dropping, okay, when the price is dropping, probably is not dropping to the level of your setting of margin configuration here. If I tap here on margin configuration, which is under steady, okay, now your robot has bought the first entry with your first buy-in amount. Let's say your first buy-in amount is $10 or $15. After it has made this purchase, it will be looking now to start buying margin calls. It has not started buying margin calls. This is just first buy-in amount entry. So sometimes it will enter with $10 here. Let's say this is our entry point. It has bought with $10. From entering here, the price started to go up. When it goes up, your take profit, for example, it is 1.5% take profit. This is your take profit. So after it has entered here, price goes up with 1.5%. What is going to happen? The robot is going to sell because the price now is going up. So it is not going to buy these margin calls. So when it is selling at 1.5%, it is selling what stock? Okay? It is selling which stock? The stock that was bought with $10. The stock that was bought with $15. That's what the robot is selling. So it is going to give you 1.5% of $10. it's going to give you 1.5% of $15. But you allocated $200 to this trade. You allocated $100 to this trade. You allocated $50 to this trade. But unfortunately, or should I say fortunately, the robot only bought once with $10 because of price movement. The price is going up, and then the robot focuses on selling what has been bought. So that is the condition where your robot may not buy your margin calls. Second condition is that when the robot has entered here with your $10, it will be looking for the dropping of the price by 3.5%. If the price does not drop with 3.5%, it drops by 3%. Okay? When you go to your PNL there on Royal Q, your percentage, you will see that you are in negative 3%. But the robot is not buying. Then you'll be like, how come? Because your margin call drop for the first call, it is 3.5. There is a remaining of 0.5. Okay? So it needed to be 3.5% for the robot to what? To buy. Are we together? If it is going to be negative 3.2, your robot still is not going to buy because the drop here, it says 3.5. It will never buy because it is following instructions. That's what the robot does. What you tell, it follows that. So this is the second scenario where your robot may not buy your margin calls. Margin call drop setting matters. Is this okay? Am I talking to somebody here? Are we together? Are we together? Can I get a yes if we are together? Can I get a yes if we are together? Okay. Now, what is another condition whereby the robot does not buy margin call drop? Let's say the margin call drop percentage has been achieved. The price has dropped with 3.5, which is our call drop for the first call. Okay? Our call drop for the first call. The price has dropped. It has bought with $10 first buying amount, and then price goes down with 3.5%. Then we see the robot is not buying. What do you think could be the problem? Now, let's come here. I'm saving this. I want to confirm. I want to come here and talk about buy-in callback. This guy here is very, very important. He contributes to the buying of the margin call. Okay? The buy-in callback. Let me go back. I want you to check. How much is our buy-in callback percentage? Give me an answer in the chat. How much is our buy-in callback in terms of percentage? Give me an answer in the chat because I'm going to use this to explain. How much is our buy-in callback? How much is our buy-in callback? How much is our buy-in callback? I want to see if you are following. How much is our buy-in callback? 0.5. So I want you to carry the 0.5 and come with me here. Carry your 0.5 and come here with me. Okay? Come here with me with the 0.5. All right. So this is how the robot works. When the market is dropping, I want to assume that this is our point of entry. Okay, we have entered here with $10. This is point of entry. And then when the market is dropping, it makes more like a zigzag. it makes more like a zigzag. It is going down like this. Okay? It is going down like that. So when it has entered here with $10, then the price goes down with 3.5% margin call drop. I want you to have a very closer look. What could be another factor that determines the buying of the margin calls or not to buy? So it has entered here with $10. Then the price drops with 3.5% achievable. The call drop has been achieved. So what is remaining now for the robot to buy? It is the buy-in callback, your 0.5 you were telling me about. So how does this work? When the price drops by 3.5 margin call drop, which is this movement here, it needed to rise a bit. It should go up a bit, like retracing with 0.5. According to your setting, you have told the robot when the price drops by 3.5, allow it to rise a little bit up by 0.5 before you buy. Now, what will happen if this retracement, if this movement of going a little bit up, it only goes up by 0.2? If the movement of going up a little bit, it is only 0.2. It did not reach 0.5. What do you think will happen? Is the robot going to buy this margin call, or it will never buy? Price will continue to go down? Tell me. If the buy-in callback is only moved up to 0.2, but you told your robot buy when it is 0.5, is your robot going to buy this margin call? Please give me an answer in the chat. Is your robot going to buy? Is your robot going to buy? It is not going to buy. What is going to happen? The price will continue to go down. Okay? The price will continue to go down. So you will see that it is portraying negative 5%. Okay? It is portraying negative 5%. But your margin call drop was 3.5%. But it did not buy the first margin call. What happened? Are you getting the answer now? Are you getting answers to your questions why sometimes your robot delays when it comes to buying margin calls? Are you getting your answers? Are you getting your answers? Are you getting your answers? Okay, let's proceed. Let's come over here. So this is the steady type. We have looked at the radical, we have looked at the conservative, and now we are looking at the steady. You can see that the steady, okay, the steady is a little bit different from the conservative one. Okay, the steady is a little bit different from the conservative one. This one is more like, it comes closer to the radical. Okay, so the conservative is the one that is having a high number of margin call percentage drop. When you add this total, you will see that the conservative is higher when it comes to its total margin call drop. Okay, so I just wanted you to understand that when you come here and you're talking about risk type, okay, you are talking about risk type here. What is this all about? Okay, if you are new to using RoyalQ, you do not understand what is risk type. I'm saying this part you can either use it or you cannot use it. Remember, you want to set your own settings. Okay, so I'm just teaching this for curiosity because it is also inside our Royal Q robot. Have you understood what is risk type? Are we clear on the risk type? Anyone with a question, having a problem on the risk type, I want to find out before we go down with the page. Are we okay on the risk type? Are we okay on the risk type? Are we still friends on the risk type? Okay, Cynthia, I'm going to come to you. Cynthia, I'm going to come to you. Cynthia, I'm going to come to you. Thank you for asking that. Okay, all right. So with United Miracles, you are asking which type do you advise us to use? Okay, so this works on how much capital do you want to use, or how much capital are you expected to risk? You want to involve how much capital? All right. Yes, it depends on your appetite risk. So we are saying the radical one, it does not have a high total of margin call drop. The conservative one, it is high, meaning to say if you are someone who is having a fragile heart when it comes to floating loss, then you should go for the conservative one. All right? Yes. If you are using the risk type. All right? So you can go for the conservative one. If you are somebody who is having a fragile heart with floating loss, you don't want your capital to be exposed much when the price is going down. You don't want your capital to be exposed more. Yes. All right. So let me answer Cynthia that when a drop of 40% is given, okay, have you seen signals that advise you to have 40% margin call drop? All right. Some signals they say 10% margin call drop. Some signals they say 5% margin call drop. All right. So you have given us a number of margin calls, which is 5. So I'm going to use this as an example. In your case, Cynthia, I hope you are going to follow me through because this is your question. So let's go to our Royal Q app. Okay. So let's put here 5 margin calls. This is Cynthia now, want to work with 5 margin calls, and then the total call drop here on the margin call drop, okay, the margin configuration, the total call drop, it says 40%. It means that from first call to margin call number 5, the total, it should be 40. So the question is, how are you going to distribute this 40 to the number of margin calls, which is 5? Are you following? Are you following? Are we together? So there is a total percent of 40 and the number of margin calls is 5. How are you going to distribute? It's either you're going to distribute equally, okay, or you are going to distribute unevenly, okay? But the first approach, if you want to use it equally, then this is the strategy that you are going to use for you to find out how much are you going to put here, how much are you going to put here, how much you're going to put here, up to margin call number 5. But the total drop, it should be 40%. 40%. Okay? What are you going to do? I want to ask all the members that are here. When you want to find out the number of percentage drop per call, what do you do? I want to see. I want to use their knowledge. I want to use the knowledge of those that have been here. Please give us a strategy. How do we arrive to the number of drop or the percentage drop per call if you are given a total drop of 40%? If you are given a total percent of 40%, how do you arrive? How do you gauge the number of a percentage per drop? What do you do? What do you do? What is 40 and what is 5? Christopher says you divide the number of margin calls by 40%. Afonso said you take 40, you divide by 5. Christopher, do you think you are correct? Can you take your 5% and divide by 40 and see? I just want to correct Christopher. Yes. Christopher, can you take your 5%, I mean your 5, which is the number of margin calls, you divide by 40? Okay. So are you getting the answer? Who was that? Cynthia. Cynthia, are you getting the answer? The first approach. Let's come back here. Let me go to my royal queue. Okay. So you are going to take your 40% that you are given. Okay? Your 40% that you are given, you divide by number of margin calls, which is 5. Okay? That's the approach, the first approach. If you want to put them equally, so you're going to take 40 divided by 5, which is 8. So it means you're going to put 8% here, 8 here, 8 here, 8 here, 8 here. This is a total of 40. Okay? Then someone will say, I don't want it to be equal. But still, when I add the total, it should still give me 40. What should I do? Okay? Maybe I'm going to say, I'm going to put 5 here. I put 5 here. I'm remaining with how much is left. Or probably I also put 5 here, which is a total of 15. Okay? So out of 40, I'm remaining with how much? The remaining balance, then I allocate it for margin call number 4 and number 5. Why am I doing this? I want my robot to buy the first 3 margin calls faster because 8 is big. 8 is big. 8 is big. I want the robot to buy the first 3 margin calls at least a little bit faster. So I will reduce it to 5. I put 5. I put 5. At least if it buys these ones fast, then I am okay. Even if it delays, it takes long to buy margin call number 4 and number 5, but at least the robot has put in some money. Remember, the robot sells what it has bought. If it did not buy any stock, your profit will come from what was bought. That's why you will see that people, they make sure that they trade with margin calls, and they will make the first margin calls a little bit lower so that the robot can buy them. Are you getting the gist now? So you can reduce your number of margin call drop per layer, but the total should still be the same. So you can change the first call, second call, third call. This one and this one, maybe you can allocate the balance which is remaining, but the total should still remain 40. Cynthia, did I answer your question? Did I answer your question, Cynthia? Are we still friends, Cynthia? Are we friends? Are we friends? Okay, thank you so much. Yes. So you can see that others, they are also recommending another way, right? Like Stephen is also doing that. You can put them in an ascending order. Okay, so you can start small, increase a bit, increase a bit, increase a bit until you get to the last one. But don't forget, the total should be 40. Are we together, guys? Yes. So thank you so much for your contributions that you are bringing in the training. It is making the training simple. Yes. So that is the margin call drop configuration, looking at the risk type. Yes, looking at the risk type. Now, let's proceed. I don't know how much time I'm left with here. Okay, I don't know how much time I'm left with here. So this is the steady type that we were looking at. Let me just save the steady, because the idea is whatever setting you are coming up with, how do you come here to use them? Let's say that you have decided to use this steady one that we have just done. Okay, all these settings are done correctly. All these settings are done correctly. Remember, in most of the signals, okay, they are going to give you the position, which is the whole position take profit ratio, our take profit percentage. They are going to give you a whole position take profit callback. They are going to give you buy in callback. Okay, if you are trading with more than 4 margin calls, if you are trading with more than 4 margin calls, you are going to have this feature available, distributed and take profit allocation. Maybe before I come here, okay, let me explain also this. Since I explained the buy-in callback, maybe there is a newbie here, a beginner here, does not understand. They are just told put 0.3 here, or put 0.01 here, put 0.001 here. Okay, what is this whole position take profit callback? How does it work? We understand this is the take profit that we are looking for, but what is this callback in terms of take profiting? Okay, so let me explain that one, so that when we are coming up with a setting, then we are able to understand what we are doing to the robot. Now, ladies and gentlemen, when we set our robot, this is what the robot will do. It will follow these instructions that you are giving here, even when it is time to sell. When the profit has been achieved, okay, when the take profit has been achieved, it is going to follow each and everything here, including the profit callback. So what is this profit callback? Let's say your robot has entered here. This is the entry point. It has bought with $15. And assuming that it has also bought your margin calls, I'm just using this in explaining. Okay, it has bought here, it has entered here, it has also bought your margin calls. Even if it does not buy your margin calls, let me use this example that it didn't buy your margin calls. When the price is moving to the upper side, remember I was explaining price when it is going down, it moves like this. Okay, it also applies the same, okay, when it is going up. When the candle moves, when the price rises, it will drop a little bit before it continues to go up that candle. Okay, if you are looking at your candles, you will see that the price will go a little bit up then it will come down. Okay, then it moves again up, then it comes down. In that process, it is creating something like this. It is doing something like this, something like this, something like this. Okay, now when your robot has entered here with $10 first buy-in amount, then you have told your robot, when the price rises to 1.3%, please sell and give me my money plus my profit. When you have bought, whether you're gonna buy also my margin cost, but in the case of the price going up, when it reaches 1.3%, please sell. Give me what is due to me. So let's assume that this movement from this area here, this movement of going up is equal to 1.3%. It has been achieved. This movement over here, 1.3%. For the robot to sell, this is what is going to happen. For the robot to sell, the price should drop a little bit with 0. What is here? Okay, we do have 0.3. Let's use this one. The 0.3, which is our take profit callback. Okay, our take profit callback is 0.3. So the price has gone up with 1.3. For the robot to make the real sell, to execute the real sell, the price needed to drop with 0.3%. So in actual sense, the actual selling will happen here where there is the drop. Let's say that this distance is equal to 0.3. So the robot will execute the sell here. So it means that out of the 1.3, are you getting it? I want to explain what is the advantage of this. If you put the 0.3 here or you do not put the 0.3 here, what difference does it make? But first of all, you need to understand, how does the robot execute the sell? When you put a take profit callback, it will only sell when the 1.3 has been achieved, as well as the profit callback has been achieved, and the robot will sell and give you profit. Let's stop here a bit and find out if we have understood the take profit callback. But before I explain its essence, what else does it help with? Are we together there, guys? The take profit callback. Are we together? I have seen people saying, I told my robot my take profit was 1.5. Now it has given me less than that. What is going on? Is the robot robbing me? Eh? It is simply because we did not understand what is take profit callback. Okay? We did not understand what is take profit callback. So it is subtracted from your initial take profit. All right? I'm going to also explain Maristos. Maybe let me say yes for you to understand. If that is the way you can understand it better, I'm going to say yes. Reducing your take profit. Take profit callback, it means a certain amount of percentage is going to be deducted from your initial take profit. So I'm coming there, Mary. Mary, I'm coming there. That's why I wanted you to understand first. Okay? Where does the robot do the actual selling? So I want to understand its significance in the trade. You are asking the right question now, Maristos. So let me answer that question here now. Let's come here. Now, when you put 0% here, where there is the callback, okay? Where there is the callback, when you put 0%, because you don't want to lose a dime, you want whatever is here. But also I need to tell you something, okay? You can put 0% here, all right? Meaning to say you want the whole of 1.3. But you should also understand that sometimes price may move fast. Have you ever seen, especially those volatile coins when they are moving? Sometimes price will rise quickly, then it comes down quickly. Before you knew it, it has gone back again up. Okay? So in that scenario where price volatility is high, you will see that you may even experience a drop in terms of your take profit. Please take note of that. I'm sharing here my experiences. Don't say Royal Q is robbing me. No, it is the price volatility. You need to take note of that. Even if you put 0 here. So when you put 0 here, you are saying that you don't want to lose anything from your initial take profit percentage. But I've already given you some other conditions that may happen, some other scenarios in terms of price volatility. Now, when you put 0 here, it means you want, when the price goes up, when the price resurrects, okay? When the price rises to 1.3, which is this level, okay? It should not drop. Let the robot sell here, okay? When you put 0 here, you are denying the robot to monitor the falling of the price so that it can sell here. So in this scenario, the robot will sell exactly at 1.3. Okay? If price volatility is normal. But when price volatility is abnormal, it may go up here. The time the robot will be executing the sell, the price has gone down. So you cannot blame the robot. It is selling what is there. Okay? The take profit was triggered. But the time it was doing the actual sell, the price was not there. Are we together, ladies and gentlemen? Now, when you put a take profit callback here, you will find out that sometimes you are going to trade a coin. Okay? You are trading a coin. When you enter here, price goes up here, it comes down, it goes up, it comes down, it goes up, it comes down, right? Let's say it goes up again. Now, from this level, the price goes up. It drops down a bit. When it is dropping down a bit, it does not equal your take profit callback. Okay? It does not equal your take profit callback. When the price tries to come down, it is not equal to your take profit callback. What's going to happen? The price will continue to go up. Meaning to say, your take profit is increasing. Because remember, here is the level of 1.3. Okay? Then the price dropped a bit, but it was not equal to 0.3. What is going to happen? The price will continue to go up if there is still buying pressure. So here it has now gotten to 2%. This is 2% level. All right. Now when the price drops here, now it equals to your 0.3. What is going to happen? The robot will sell here and it is giving you more than the 1.3 simply because you put take profit callback. You get more than what you put, especially in a scenario where price is volatile when it is going up. So the robot, you will see that it has given you 4% in a trade where the take profit was 1.3%. Have you ever experienced this? To those that are trading, have you ever experienced this? The robot giving you more than what you said? Please give me feedback. Have you ever experienced that? The robot giving you more than what you did said? It is simply because you did put a take profit callback. If you put 0, you are limiting the robot to give you more in a scenario where it can give you more. Are we together now? When the robot gives us more, we don't complain. But when the robot gives us small, is when we come and say, the robot is not giving me what I said. Can you see people, they are not fair? Yeah? When it gives you more, you don't come here and complain and say, the robot has given me more. What is going on? But when there's a small 0.2 drop from your profit, then you're going to come to your upline, you're going to come to your mentor, you're going to come to the group. What is going on? Please check my robot. So at least now you are understanding. You are no longer going to come to us and say what's going on. Eh? Yes, you should understand how your royal queue works. Very, very important. All right? Yes. Are we together now? Anybody with a complaint here? Anybody with a complaint here? Understanding your royal queue robot in terms of trade settings. Anyone with an issue hanging? I want to explain this other part here. When you're trading with more than 5 margin calls, I want to explain that part so you also appreciate what Royal Q is doing. Someone experienced this morning that his take profit was reduced. Hey, Sarah is saying her take profit was reduced. So these are some of the scenarios I'm explaining here. Sarah, yes, it's not only you who is experiencing that. It is the market, the condition of the market. Yes, so understand how your robot works, Sarah. Understand it. So you can put 1.5, then it gives you 1.2, or it gives you 1%. It is possible. Do you know the reason why? Price can go up fast and drop fast. So the time the robot is executing the real sell, okay, it is not where it was triggered. It is not where it was triggered. Okay, the 0.1 and the 0.01. Okay. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna come and explain this. Should I answer these questions or I should do the other part? Then I take these questions. Okay. Let me explain the other part. Nana, I have noted your question. Okay. And Mr. Cooljoy. Yes. Mr. Cooljoy, I have noted your question. Sorry for what happened yesterday to your wife. Yeah, my apologies. But she's a good wife. Yes, she's a good wife, Mr. Cooljoy. She's a good wife. Sorry that you did not get that man. I know you wanted to use it for trading. You wanted to bring here and take out that coin that has been floating. So I'm sorry it did not happen. Hey. All right, that was just a break. So let me come here and explain this. Then after that, I'll come and take these questions. Please, if these questions are going to be further down, I'm gonna kindly to ask them back. Okay. Yeah, if I happen to forget the questions, I would request you guys to drop them again, okay? Because I want to explain this other part. So I want you to see this. I want you to see this, okay? Here we do have margin call limit, okay? Meaning to say how many times we are sending our robot to the market, okay? So I want you to understand that when this robot has got somewhere where you are able to see differences when you are having lesser margin calls. Okay? When you are having lesser margin calls, I want you to understand something. So let's come back here. Let's come back here. Let me do this. So we do have 5 margin calls. We do have 5 margin calls. All right. So when you have 5 margin calls here, I want you to see something. Don't forget, okay, your strategy period here. There is what we call strategy period, but that is the least part that you need to know. But I want you to understand something. There's a difference when someone is trading with 1 margin call up to 4 margin calls, and the difference when someone is trading with 5 margin calls going down. Okay, there's a difference. Okay, there's a difference, right? So here is the difference. Let me come here. Let me save this. Just be patient with me. I'm saving this. I'm getting out of here. Then I come to the home page. I'm coming to the home page. I just want to pick any random coin, trying like I want to set it up. There's something that I'm looking for. I want to show you here. Okay. There's something that I want to show you here. Okay. That is part of what we are explaining that side. Right. So here it is. And then here there is what we call strategy mode. Each and every coin, each and every trade has got a strategy mode here. Okay. So under strategy mode, you are going to find out that there are also 3. When you tap on strategy mode, there are 3 modes that you can choose from. So there is the first one that automatically appears if you do not change it. The one that comes first is the whole warehouse mode. Okay, that is by default, it comes. But if you don't want the whole warehouse mode, you want to change it. So when you are changing it, you should know what you are doing to the robot and what does it mean. Under strategy mode, not strategy period. Okay, strategy period, it is between cycle and 1 shot. But this one is strategy mode. So under strategy mode, there is whole warehouse here. There is whole warehouse. And there is sub-bin mode. Okay, there is sub-bin mode. And there is sub-bin mode real-time settlement. Does it matter if your robot is trading under whole warehouse mode? Does it matter when your robot is trading in sub-bin mode? Does it matter when your trade is trading in sub-bin mode real-time settlement? Let's unpack these 3 so that you are able to understand when I talk about here. This guy here called distributed and take profit allocation. It matters there. Okay? Looking at number of margin calls I'm trading with. So now, when you trade under whole warehouse mode, that normally comes whenever you are picking a trade. If you do not change, you will see that your robot is always under whole warehouse mode. So when it is under whole warehouse mode, what does it mean? It means that when your robot buys the 7 margin calls, these ones, if it buys them under whole warehouse mode, it means that when it is time to sell, it is going to wait to sell all of them at 1 take profit. Whole warehouse mode, you are telling the robot when it is time to sell, don't keep anything in my warehouse. Please get rid of everything. That's what it means, whole warehouse. Where the stock is kept, there is a warehouse where the robot keeps the stock when it has bought. Someone is getting it that way, but I'm just trying to explain better what is whole warehouse. When it is time to sell, the robot is not going to keep anything. It will sell every single margin call at once. Okay? Now, when it comes to sub-bin mode, remember when the robot it is buying the margin calls, it will buy margin call number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up to 7. It will be buying them one after the other. That is if the price is going down. Okay? Now, let's look at now the reverse part. When it is time to sell, it has bought 7 of them. Now it is time to sell. How does the robot sell when it is under sub-bin mode? So in sub-bin mode, when it is time to sell, it will start with margin call number 7 that it bought last. It will sell this one separate before it sells margin call number 6. Okay? It is not going to sell the whole warehouse now. When it is under sub-bin, it will be selling one margin call after the other, going to the up part until it gets to margin call number 4. When it sells margin call number 5, then sub-bin mode is completed. Now it is going to sell all these 4 at once. The sub-bin mode works for the extra from 4. Okay? It ends at 4. But when it comes to 5, 6, 7, when it is time to sell, the robot will be selling one after the other. So when it is selling under sub-bin mode, it will sell. Please listen to me because I'm going to tell you something as well. When the robot is under sub-bin mode, let's say that margin call number 7 that it bought, it used $10 to buy. The stock for margin call number 7, it was how much? It was $10. Now, when it is time to sell, it is going to sell only $10 stock because that was the amount that was used for margin call number 7, which is you taken as capital. So it is going to give you capital for margin call number 7 when it has been sold. However, the profit for margin call number 7, it is not going to give you. And that profit is under here, It is under distributed and take profit allocation. The profit for margin call number 7 when it is trading under sub-bin mode. Let me show you here. Okay? I'm tapping here. Can you see I am having 7 margin calls here? I'm having 7 margin calls here. Can you see? I'm having 7 margin calls here. So I'm going to reduce the margin calls. I'm going to put 4. When I put 4, I want you to check this guy here and this guy here, if they are going to avail themselves when I put 4 margin calls. Right now, they are 7. And these 2 guys are here. The brother and the cousin, they are here. Here they are. So I'm going to put 4. I want you to see if this brother and his cousin will still remain here so that you appreciate the essence of this particular part of Royal Q. All right? So I am removing the 7. I am putting 4 margin calls. Can you please help me allocate the cousin and the brother? Can you please help me allocate the cousin and the brother? I'm coming into the Zoom now. Please help me allocate the cousin and the brother. Are they available? Are they available? iPhone says they are gone. Where did they go to? And why did they go? Where did they go to and why are they gone? Hmm? They don't have work. Their work is not available. They only work when there is margin call number 5 going downwards. But if there is no margin call number 5 going downwards, they must go and rest. Hey, they must go and rest. They don't have work. We only need builders. We don't want those that are going to put up the roof. The roof is not yet up. We want builders for now. We're gonna want those that are good at putting the roof when we are reaching that point of putting the roof. I'm talking to builders now. I'm talking in construction terms. Yes. So that's what normally happens when you are trading in that section. So let me complete it this way so that you also appreciate it. Let me go back. So when you are trading with margin call number 1 up to 4, when you are trading with less than 5 margin calls, automatically the robot is going to trade in whole warehouse mode. Okay? Here you don't choose strategy mode. When your margin calls are only 4, there is no choice of strategy mode. The robot is not going to allow you to put it in sub-bin mode or sub-bin mode real-time settlement. If your margin calls are only 4, it's not gonna allow you. Okay? But now when you put 5 here now, let's put 5 here on the margin calls. So I want you to check that brother and the cousin are going to be invited because they do have work now. Can you see the brother here and the cousin? So let's open the brother first. I want you to see what is under the brother. Okay, when I was saying that margin call number 5 has got its own take profit separately set in the robot without you touching it. If you want to touch it, you can touch it. But if you don't touch it, it is there. So when you open on distributed and take profit allocation here, you are going to see the take profit for margin call number 5. Probably for appreciation's sake, let me increase it to 7, or probably let me put it 10 so that you can see a list of them. So let's come here, we open distributed and take profit allocation. Can you see what are you seeing here? There is take profit for margin call number 5. They are called sub-position. You must check leader Doris and leader Aminata. They like to trade in these modes. They normally get sub-positions profits. Yes, they like to use these ones. They normally trade with a lot of margin calls. So they want this while they are waiting for margin call number 1 to 4 to be sold. Okay? While they are waiting for these ones to be sold, they want to enjoy this because the robot can buy this position 4 times. It can buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, giving you this one. Each and every time it sells, it gives you that one. But you are still in floating. You are floating, but you are getting profit because you do have more margin calls and then you are trading in sub positions. So when the robot sells margin call number 5 here, when it buys margin call 1 up to 10, when it is time to sell, it will start selling margin call number 10. It will be going up. It sells 10, it gives me 1.3. If the price continues to go up, it will sell margin call number 9. It will give me 1.3. The price continues to go up. it will sell margin call number 8. It gives me 1.3. If it sells margin call number 8, the price drops, it buys again margin call number 8. The price rises, it sells margin call number 8. The price drops, it buys again margin call number 8. The price rises, it sells. So it can buy one position many times depending on how the market is performing of that coin you are trading. So I'm saying on distributed and take profit allocation, it is the take profit for the sub positions. So it simply means if I am to trade with more than 4 margin calls, it simply means if I save here, this take profit that is appearing here, this one, the 1.3, which is referred as whole position take profit ratio, it is going to be applied to margin call 1 to 4 when it is time for these ones to be sold. Because margin call 5 to 10, their take profit is here. Now, when you are doing this under sub-bin mode, okay, under sub-bin mode here on strategy mode here, on strategy mode, I'm concluding now on sub-bin mode here. When the robot is selling those sub positions, it's gonna only give you the capital. Please get this right. I don't want someone to complain and thinking that the robot is not doing the right job. Okay? When the robot is set under sub-bin mode, it is going to sell that position, whether it's position number 5, it will sell it. It's gonna give you the capital that was used to buy this position. But the profit, the 1.3% profit, it is not going to give you. You will receive a message that a sale has taken place, but 0% profit rate. 0% profit rate has been generated. Are you getting it? A sale has happened, but 0% profit rate has been generated. Then you'll be like, how? What's going on? Why is the robot giving me 0% profit? Because your robot is under sub-bin mode. So it sells a sub position, retain the capital, and the profit, the 1.3, it takes it back to the market. Where does it take to? You are still remaining with margin call 1 to 4. Okay? So it is going to take this profit, it is going to reduce the average price. It will help the average price of margin call number 4 to come down closer to where the price is, the current price is. But when everything now is sold, these other take profit that you were getting from the sub positions, they will all of them come back. So if you were having 1.3 here, you discover that you have accumulated more because the other 1.3 under here on distributed and take profit allocation under sub-bin mode, they were being accumulated by the robot. Is there anyone who has been trading with Royal Q and then they experience that the robot is selling, but it is not showing them the profit when they come to the revenue? It is selling, it is giving them messages that it has sold, but the profit is not appearing under the revenue. Have you ever experienced something like that? Have you ever experienced something like that? Have you ever experienced something like that? If you are here, please indicate. Nobody has experienced it, but I know some have experienced it. So Sub-bin mode, you receive the capital back, but the profit you don't get it. Then it goes back to the market. Remember, the robot is not going to deduct fuel fee under sub-bin mode. It does not deduct fuel fee because the profit has been brought. It is still in the market. So under sub-bin mode, the robot does not deduct fuel fee. It is not going to bring results under your revenue. You will never see results under your revenue, though it is selling, because it is under sub-bin mode. Okay? Now, as we conclude on the strategy mode, okay, there is one more strategy under strategy mode, which is sub-bin mode real-time settlement, this one. So when you set your robot under sub-bin mode real-time settlement, it will be selling these margin calls, margin call number 5 up to 10, if they are bought. If the robot buys these margin calls, when it sells margin call number 10, it is going to give me the capital plus the profit that is generated on this call. Okay, that's the only difference between sub-bin mode and sub-bin mode real-time settlement. The robot is going to give you the capital that was used to buy that margin call plus the profit, while it is waiting to sell the first 4 margin calls. Nyakiri, is it Nyakiri or Nyarik? Please stop writing on my screen. Nyariki, stop writing on my screen. Have we understood the distributed and take profit allocation section? Have we understood that? Because I want to answer the questions that were posed in the comment section. Have we understood the distributed and take profit allocation section? Are we friends? Yes. So when you are having more margin calls and you trade under sub-bin mode or sub-bin mode real-time settlement, you keep enjoying profit while you are floating. You can be sipping your drink while you are on top of the water. Because floating is being on top of the water, isn't it? You are not sinking. I don't know if the English is Englishing here. When people are saying, I'm floating. Isn't it you are on top of the water, you are not sinking? All right, so let me answer Mr. Cool Joy's question. What was it? Let me see. Where is Mr. Cool Joy's question? Is it up? So people, they want recommendations from me. Let me answer Cool Joy. I've forgotten the question. I'm checking it. Okay, let me start with Nana. I don't know if Nana is still here. Okay, so Nana is saying sometimes the trainers suggest 0.1 and some they say 0.01. What is the difference in terms of the trade? Okay, the 0.1 and the 0.01. So Nana, if you are still here, this is the only difference. All right, this is the only difference. When you set your take profit callback to be 0.1 or 0.01, what you are simply saying is you are delaying the sell when the take profit has been triggered. Okay, if someone is using 0.01 here, What did I do now? Okay. If someone is using 0.01 here, okay, there is 0.01 and then 0.0, okay, 0.1 and 0.01. If you were listening what I was saying, when the price is resurrecting, moving, making this type of a move, okay, if you are using 0.01, okay, and you're using 0. Why am I confusing these two? If you are using 0.1, between 0.1 and 0.01, which one is bigger than the other? So that I can help you answer this question easily. Between those two, which one is bigger? Which one is bigger? I want to use questions to answer questions. Which one is bigger? Between 0.1 and 0.01, which one is bigger? I'm glad Nana is also responding. Okay, Nana, so let me ask you, between someone using 0.1 and someone using 0.01, which one of the two, when the take profit has been triggered, which one of the two is going to come out of the market, or the robot is going to execute the sell faster than the other? If you are using 0.1 and someone is using 0.01, which one is going to get out of the market faster than the other? Which one? I want Nana to answer me. Which one is going to get out of the market fast? 0.01 will get out of the market fast. Okay. If the market continues to rise, who is going to benefit more? Since 0.01 is already out of the market and the market continues to go up, which one is going to benefit more? I said I'm using questions to answer questions here. That's my strategy. Hey, you must appreciate the training. 0.01 is out of the market already, and the market is still going up. Who is going to benefit more? Who's going to benefit more? 0.01. So I'm not going to recommend which one you should use, because there are some who want their profit fast. So I cannot tell them use 0.1. Do you understand me now? Those who want recommendations. There are some who said, I want my profit when the profit, take profit has been triggered. I want to get out of the market. So we just give options here, then you choose from them while we have explained what do they do. I think that's the best way to teach. We will tell you what does this do, and then you will choose which one you like. Okay, as long as you know what is happening behind it. So those who want to get out of the market fast, they normally use 0.01. Those who said, when my take profit has been triggered, I want to stay a little bit longer because 0.1 will make me to gain more. Then they use 0.1. So the choice is yours. Nana, did I answer your question? Nana, come here. Did I answer your question, Nana? Thank you. Let me go to Mr. Cooljoy. Let me go to Mr. Cooljoy. What was the question about Mr. Cooljoy now? That was Nana. I'm done with Nana. Let me go to Mr. Cooljoy. Yes. The guy who is still crying for water that has spilled. Hey, my brother, the water has spilled. Hey, if you do have the talent of collecting water that has been spilled, my brother, you can go and collect it. Yeah, but I'm sorry, the water has been spilled. Yes. Where is Mr. Cooljoy's question? All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. If you are not following what was happening in the group, you're not gonna understand what I'm talking about here. Yes. Where is that question now? Did I go high up? Martha, you are asking the same question now that I have just answered. Between the 0.1 and the 0.01. I've just answered that question, Martha. I think I'm done with that one. Oh, here's Mr. Cooljoy. Okay. What about if all margin calls are bought? And then the coin keeps going down. Hey. Oh, wow. What about if the margin calls are bought and the coin keeps going down? What do you do? And the robot is not selling none of them. I'm adding to the question now. The margin calls are bought, the price keeps going down, but the robot is not selling none of them. It's not giving you sub-positions profit. Yes. Eh? Let's answer this question. All right, guys, let's understand one thing. Okay? When we are trading with margin calls, the idea is this. When we are trading with margin calls, the main idea is if the price goes against us, remember, the robot is going to have a position of entry, which is our average price. It enters here, okay? So it's either the price will go up or the price will go down. So in a scenario where the price is going down, we want this price of entry should come following down the current price. That is the idea of margin calls. I want you to understand this very well. Okay? When you have entered here with your $10 and then the price goes down, it means that the current price is moving away from your entry position. It is distancing itself from your entry position, which is here. So if the price is distancing, the current price is distancing itself from your position, what does it mean? It means there will be a long gap between this position and this position. There is a long gap. For you to get out of the market, it means this price should come back again here. That's what it means. Now, what does margin calls do? When the price is going away from you, the margin calls will help you to chase the price, following it where it is going. So every time it buys a margin call, it pulls your point of entry closer to where the price is. Are you getting this? Whenever the price is running away from you and you do have margin calls, you are using your margin calls to move your position of entry to follow the direction of the price, which we call averaging. Every time the robot buys any margin call, you see that the average price has changed. It is no longer the same. So it is pulling your average price to come closer to the current price. Now, I want to answer the question that now the robot has finished buying your margin calls. But there is no change. There is no sign that this price might change direction to come back to your direction. What is the essence of buying margin calls? You want when the price starts to rise, you should not be far from it. So guys, tell me now. I'm asking this question so that you can answer a question. Tell me now, does it make sense? Does it make sense putting more margin calls in a coin that is only swallowing your capital? There is no sign that it may go your direction anytime sooner. Does it make sense for you to open margin calls so that the robot keeps buying? But there is no sign. I said that when we are setting these margin calls, we set them objectively. We don't just set them. We set them objectively. They should be bought at right positions. That's why signal givers, they will tell you the distance should be 40%. The distance should be 10%. It is because they are saying if the robot buys and then the price goes down, the far it can go, it should be 40%. Now I'm saying, does it make sense? Does it make sense to buy food and give it to a dog that does not even bark at night? It only feed and then you go and clean up its mess. But when something is happening, it doesn't give you a signal that there is someone who is trying to jump the gate. Does it make sense to buy food and give a dog and the dog is not giving you back? Let me go and see what is happening in the chat. Does it make sense opening margin calls and on a coin that is sleeping? Because I want the judgment to come from you. Doesn't make sense, guys, because the idea of trading is to get out of the trade. When we trade, we want to get out of the trade. Yeah. So if we are trading a coin that is sleeping, there is no way that we should keep opening margin calls, giving our money to that coin. It is better for us to use that money to trade another coin. It is better for us to use that money to trade another coin that is doing well. Yes. So, Mr. Cooljoy, if the robot buys all your intended margin calls and then the price keeps on going to the valley, yeah, you just need a moment of prayer and fasting so that you have the strength to keep on watching it when it goes down. I'm not mocking you, my brother. But it doesn't make sense. Please leave the coin. Don't die with the coin. You did not create. It's not your coin. Don't die with the coin. Make decisions. Okay? Sometimes it's better to make good decisions. Okay? Yeah, I know you were asking that question for someone. It was not meant for you. You were asking for somebody. Yes. But I also know that you're holding another coin. You don't want to let it go. Okay. Yes, guys. In trading, sometimes we need to make some. Yes, we needed to make some very difficult decisions. Okay? Sometimes we need to make some very drastic decisions. It's very important. Okay? Yeah, so don't open margin calls on a coin that is sleeping because it will swallow the money and keep quiet. Then you go and look for another money you bring and give it to the coin. It swallows, it keeps quiet. What is wrong with you? Are you okay upstairs? Please don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that, please. It's my fair advice to you. Sometimes you always have hope. It's good to have hope, but let the coin resurrect with what it has swallowed. Don't keep on giving more money to it. If it is time for it to resurrect, let it resurrect with the one it has eaten already. Is that okay, guys? Take that money, trade a new coin. Take that money, trade a new coin. even when it is like Solana. What is your hope about Solana? No, guys, we are talking about coins, you know. We are not talking about coins like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, you know. Yeah, we are talking about coins that whenever Bitcoin makes a move to go down, them they just collapse. They don't actually move, they collapse. Have you ever seen sometimes when Bitcoin makes a move, some coins they collapse? They take months to come back, yet Bitcoin is already back. Eh? So do you want to open margin calls on those type of coins? No. We are not talking coins like Solana. We know Solana, they are very good coins. They will come back, right? You just need to be patient. So we are looking at meme coins here. Sometimes meme coins, they just fall. When Bitcoin tries to make one step down, them they just collapse. 1% Bitcoin, them they are doing 30% down. So please take note of this. Don't open margin calls on such coins. All right. Yes. Anyone with a question here? I think I have overstayed. I don't know if Leader Emmanuel will allow me to do a training here. Yeah. Yes. A little on first buying amount. But can you be specific? You don't understand what is first buying amount or what? Nana, can you lay your case properly so that I'm able to address it correctly? What strategy mode is best? I like to use the sub-bin mode. I like to use the sub-bin mode because I want my take profit. Whenever the robot sells, it should not give me the take profit, or it should not give me the profit. It should use the profit to bring my average price closer to the current price, so that when the price started going up, I should not be far. My current price should not be far from, my average price should not be far from my current price. So I want to get out of the market. So that is my advantage why I love to use sub-bin mode when I'm trading with more margin calls. There are some who says, no, I want to see my profit. I don't care. I don't care about the average price and current price. I want my take profit. I want my money. Yes. So they use sub-bin mode real-time settlement. So it is just a matter of choice, but I have explained when you are trading under those modes, what normally happens. Okay. So I was just explaining in line with the understanding when you do your setting, what are you telling your robot? Now I think then we're gonna come on the issue of first buy-in amount. The risk management on first buy-in amount is a training on its own. I think Leader Emmanuel is gonna do that. Yeah, Leader Emmanuel is going to do that. If it's not available, I will try also to avail myself. But one of the trainers will come and do risk management when it comes to first buy-in amount. It's a training on its own for you to understand it better. Because when we go to futures, some they also needed to learn how to calculate their first buy-in amount. Remember, in futures, we don't use USDT. We normally see recommended amount of coins in futures, right? So that calculation also it disturbs some. So it's a training on its own. Please bear with me. We're gonna run a training on that one, how to calculate your first buying amount. I'm thinking that it is going to be it will include in the futures section as well. Is that okay? Nana and Martha. Nana and Martha, is that okay? Because if I start it now, it means we're gonna be here until 2. Yes. So we don't want to spoil what we have learned. This is enough for today, and then the next training, we're gonna now cover that so that you are able to understand it properly. Yes. Any other question apart from questions that need a training on its own? Any other question? Any other question? Okay. So guys, let's call it a day. I hope we have studied very well since we are resuming our trainings back. So this is what we had for you today. My apologies on behalf of Leader Emmanuel. I'm not sure what he wanted to train us today. So I just took over and then present what was easier to present even if you have just been woken up from bed. Yes. So I'm sure Leader Emmanuel will come and do what he intended to do today. But thank you so much for participating. Thank you so much, all the leaders that came and support us today. We really appreciate. I'm not sure if there's anything from Leader Doris. Yes, my leader, if you are able to speak, allow me to hand over the microphone. I saw Leader Emmanuel commenting. Are you still here, my brother?
All right, thank you so much, Coach Mo. We really appreciate it. I hope I'm loud and clear. You guys can hear me. We are so grateful you stepped in for Brother Emmanuel when his network failed him. We've learned a lot. I always say in this business, if you are not willing to learn, forget it. You will not like the business. But if you are willing and available, you will get all the necessary knowledge from able leaders. I really, really appreciate Coach Mo. Your teaching is so interesting, so delightful. In fact, even if you don't feel like learning, something will catch your attention to stay. So I really appreciate it. I'm so excited and glad you took over from Brother Emma when his network failed. All right, thank you, our audience. And I want to also sound not. Please, let's be careful when we are asking questions. Okay, some people just ask a question without any, how do you call it? What's the word? My German always make me forget the English word. Oh God. Polite, yes. Okay, like someone sent a question, teach on signal. Signal, okay, the police is at the end. Okay, Marito is good. I thought there was no police. All right, so guys, let's appreciate our leaders. It's not easy. Nobody's paying us for the meetings that we hold. All these educators who educate us on the Zoom, nobody pays for it. It's just something we are doing for the community. Nobody pays for the Zoom that we pay every month. No one pays for it. So guys, let's be appreciative and also try and attend the meeting so that the speaker or the host for the day will not feel discouraged. Okay, because if I'm supposed to host a meeting and we have about 3,000 community members or team members and I see only 30 people in the meeting, it might bring my spirits down. And if I'm not a strong person, I might lose interest in presenting the next day. Okay, so please let us make it a habit. When you are coming, invite your upline, invite your downline, let them also come and learn. Because the way you might explain might be different. That downline of yours or team member of yours will get explanation of Coach Mo or Brother Ima or Leader Minata or Leader Chadwick better than me. Do you get it? So please, let's make it a habit. Attend the meeting. Thank you so much. The recorded version will be uploaded on the YouTube channel. If you are new, contact your upline or ask in the group chat and we would send it to you. Thank you all. Have a lovely day. I love you. And in the evening, we might have a business presentation. So we would communicate on the group. Thank you.
Yeah, Leader Doris, before you end, I just wanted to also remind the members that I think, is it Mari what? I've just forgotten the name, was asking about signal generation. The training is starting tomorrow. We are starting our
technical analysis. Okay.
Yeah, if we don't have any technical issues, then we'll start our training tomorrow.
Okay.
From beginner's side until you understand how do we come up with a signal, right? So attend our training tomorrow. It's gonna be 6:30 South African time. Yeah, 6:30 South African time. So you can check it in your time zone. Yeah, so yeah, that training is starting tomorrow, and possibly if we don't have any other issues technically, we're gonna also host our business presentation. So invite those prospects that you have been talking to. Let them attend our business presentation tonight, 8 o'clock. That is South African time. That is 8 p.m. So that's what I wanted to remind the community to take note of.
All right. Thank you so much, Coach Mo. It's really appreciated. God bless you for your sharing. We really appreciate. So you all have a nice day and all the best. Bye-bye.